you like math and you like physics. So in a way, the best thing you can actually study is any engineering, basically, in any way, shape, or form.
So why mechanical engineering? I mean, clearly none of the things you do today have anything to do with like
I
gears
kind
and
of
levers.
I always knew that was going to happen from the beginning. Before I went out to study in the U.S., my dad told me, obviously you're very good with numbers. Obviously you're very good with
I can attest to that.
yeah, you're very good with like numbers and like stuff like that. So I always thought whatever I do in life, it has to do something with numbers. I can't just be something that doesn't have to do anything with numbers. You know what I mean? It has to be some way data scientists, analytics, computer engineering, math, physics, anything with numbers. Even like making spreadsheets for like databases and stuff like that. I don't know, just numbers oriented guy. So, and my dad told me you like math and you like physics. So, in a way, the best thing you can actually study is any engineering, basically, in any way, shape, or form, because that will teach you to how to approach things in life. So the value in engineering, he told me, is not really that you can actually, make a wheel spin or actually, uh, you know, make an engine run. It's the fact that you understand how to make any engine run, and it can be a company engine, it can be a engine for a car, it can be your own personal life. You try to pick things apart and see how they work and function as one.
That's a pretty that's a pretty philosophical take. I mean, like so like engineering, studying engineering was more of for you. It seemed like studying an approach to life.
Yes,
Um,
I mean, yeah.
so the usual follow up for most people, like when I try to do this, the usual follow up I have for most people, and like some of the people that I have interviewed have gone on to like pursue whatever they have studied, like whatever their degree was meant for. Like, I'm not saying engineering doesn't prepare you for all the work that you're doing. You're a guy who loves numbers and you're capitalizing on that. But the usual follow up I hear that I have there is, if you could go back, what would you study? What would you study, knowing what you do now and knowing what you value now? What would you have picked for your major?
Very hard question. Probably mechanical engineering again.
Okay,
Uh,
nice. That's
maybe
what I want to hear.
maybe a different type of engineering just for the sake of it. I
Mm,
really wasn't too set on mechanical, other than it sounded sexy and solid. Like no pun
mm.
intended on the solid,
No, it
but
is pretty sexy. Definitely solid.
mechanical engineers. I don't know. It sounds a bit.
Oh yeah.
The solid. It was. I think mechanical engineering is like the father of engineering. Before chemical, petrochemical, petroleum, electrical, civil, all that stuff, you gotta learn how the basic stuff happens. And for the most part, mechanical is just fundamentals. It doesn't really dive into something extremely specific, but it's just fundamentals, like learning how to do vectors and forces and torques, and anything you do in any other discipline of engineering,
Yeah.
but a lot more fundamentally oriented, I guess. So
Mm.
I guess I would probably study mechanical engineering. If not, again, because I've only done it once, I would go like chemical or electrical, maybe. I don't know, some sort of engineering, I
Boy, do you
guess.
like Thane, huh? So, any other engine, like you'd very much want to stick in the engineering discipline.
For the most part, yes, yes. Even though I'm in a different area, I always thought that engineering it, it 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 just offers you a lot more than just a nice degree name or a better salary or a better. It's the benefits are so strong
Hmm.
that you can go and do it whatever you want after, except for like law and medicine. Basically, you had to do pre-law or pre-med, but right, am I right? With the
Yeah,
U.S.
right on.
Yeah, but anything else you want to do in life, you can do it. Whereas if you go and study like I don't know something a lot more specific, it's hard to take the general stuff and apply it into other sectors. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, fair's fair. That's true. It's definitely a very like it gives you a very translatable set of skills, and you're not just cranking gears and writing code. And like at least for an engineering degree that you get from a college that has a liberal arts focus, like specifically Tufts, you picked up a lot of the softer skills along the way. So like, yeah, definitely a very valuable degree. If you were talking to a high school student right now, like if there's any high school students watching, maybe from Greece, maybe from elsewhere. Like I can't imagine the Bangladeshi kid wouldn't find you inspiring, or like wouldn't draw inspiration from you. So what would you tell them about how they should go about picking their majors, or what they should like, yeah, what they should study in college based on who they are? That's a tough question, but
It's a tough
I think you
question.
can handle it.
It's a very tough question, and it's
Hey, I'll let him get back to why you picked mechanical engineering in a second. I've been asking questions to the guests on the show based on questions I would have when I was younger. So it would help this channel out a lot if you could comment in the comment section below whatever questions you want to see answered, or whatever kind of people you'd want to see interviewed. I have been trying to cover as many career paths and backgrounds as possible. So if you, the viewer, are from a background that like you'd like a bit of representation from, please let me know in the comment section, and I will try my best and use my means on LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever, to try to find an interviewer that you may hopefully find inspiring for the next video. If you like the content, or if you'd want to see more of this content out there, please subscribe, like the video. That helps YouTube recommend my videos better, so it can reach more people like you. Thanks again.
a very tough question, but first off, I would look at what my likes and dislikes are, like as a person. Like if you really, really, really dislike something, not because you're bad at it or something like that, but because you actually just dislike it, just straight up. I don't know. Some people just don't like coffee. I would not tell them to go and study coffee because they don't like coffee. If they don't have to drink coffee for the rest of their life, they don't have to study it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
find your likes and dislikes. That's number one, and get them straight. Be like, okay, at least in terms of subjects, you might not know if you like architecture because you've never done it in school, but if you know you like design and math and the 3D printing, there's a good chance you might be into architecture. You know what I mean? So just
Yeah.
every discipline you go into is comprised of sub-disciplines or sub-components that you can relate to. So
Right.
find those and go from there up and say, okay, I like math, so I can study math, physics, engineering, science, whatever, biology, or I'm a more writing guy, so I will go with like literature and classics and history, and I guess that's the basic approach that I would have.
Right.
And then I would go deeper into, do I know what I want to do in life in general? And it doesn't have to be set, especially in this day and age. Because we go into disciplines and we change after 2 years.
Yeah,
Or 3
we do.
years, and you change company, you might change like 10 different companies in your lifetime. But our parents or the generation before would change maybe once in their lifetime. They would, start and stop in the same company.
Yeah, so honestly, I am so happy that you brought that up. That's a whole. That's like I could make for a whole arc of a conversation there. I think it's so common, like specifically for my situation. Like I've, after having made the switch to software engineering, like I've been through 3 companies right now. Like I started out with this 3D printing software engineering company, then I was in precision medicine, and now I'm at a payments processing company. Like all of them software engineering, in software engineering roles. And I think it's pretty common, like at least in tech and, like in most engineering and finance roles, from what I've seen, it's fairly common for you to be switching companies. But that's in stark contrast to the paradigm that our previous generation had in place. Like that's not, that doesn't track with the mindset that the previous generation has in place. Like I always get a little defensive when I'm having to defend my switching companies to get to the role that I'm in right now. Like it aligns with where I'm at, where I'm at in life. It aligns with where I'm trying to get to in life for me to have made these decisions. But it's interesting to know that it's similar in Greek culture, like Greek culture being like culture of the people of Greece.
I think it's a worldwide thing. I think it's a worldwide thing because of technology and the ease of networking at this point in age and at this point in time. LinkedIn, other
maybe
stuff.
Maybe one foot in.
Zoom, that what we're having right now. You couldn't have that beforehand. You couldn't have that in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Now everyone knows everyone. If you want to try something new, you're given more opportunities. Certain skills, like for example, computer science related skills, are in much need right now. and they're going to be in need for the foreseeable future. So there's things that, and the thing is, you can get those skills by not even actually going to top-notch, university and studying for 4 years, just by opening up a YouTube or what else is there? There's like all those like
LinkedIn Learning and
LinkedIn Learning,
Coursera,
Lynda, all that stuff, Udemy, Coursera.
Lynda is now LinkedIn Learning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
LinkedIn acquired them.
I know, but I thought it was still Lynda. But anyway, you can get all of that information for free or close to free as you can get. It's actually crazy. So I think it's a worldwide phenomenon, and just people are just how do you call it? Making these transitions both horizontally and vertically a lot more often and frequent than they used to.
Well, that makes me feel a lot better about myself and my choices. So thank you for that.